Barakah halal la Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rachakodash Salaki. This continuing on. Let me put it on Do Not Disturb, because that nobody ever calls me any other time other than when I'm doing the lesson. But nonetheless, this is continuing on. It says refusal to comply could mean economic exclusion, matching the no one can buy or sell prophecy. However, from a biblical and theological standpoint, the mark is not just a technology, but a spiritual allegiance. So it's both. All right, it is a technological and demonic spiritual allegiance. All right, if you receive the mark, you were predestined to take the mark so the Lord can destroy you and judge you in these latter times. All right, so it's both. It says representing loyalty into worldly power instead of to the Most High. And the one and true living only power, his name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakodash. All right. You see, and the mass majority of the people are going to take this technology. All right. It says spiritual takeaway in Christian technology, quote unquote, Christian theology, the mark of the beast contrasts with the seal of the Most High, Revelation 7:2, which signifies faithfulness to the Most High. The ultimate message is about choice, who or what you will worship and trust, the worldly system or the divine. All right. And this is all predestined. All right. Whether who's going to take it, who's going to be protected and who's not. All right. You know, so this, what we believe is according to faith, and we know the word of Yahweh Shai is faithful and true, and it will come to pass, despite what anybody thinks. All right, despite the information presented to you by this current system. All right, this current system arose and allowed to rule based off of prophecy of Yahweh Shai's word. All right, nonetheless, all right, let's jump down. It says he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark on their right hand, in their right hand, or in their foreheads, so that one cannot buy or sell save he that had the mark. All right. So the key elements are a universal system controlling economic assets, right? A world universal currency in which all the heathen would agree upon. All right. A required mark or identifier for participation. All right. That's the chip. All right. Let's go here. Revelation 13:11. Revelation 13 in verse 15. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. This system, this way of life was venerated, was honored, was reverenced. All right. And that it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. The image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right. So this is the severity of this currency and technology that's going to be presented very here shortly within the next few years or months or days, however long it takes. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man can buy or sell, say he that hath the mark or the name of his beast or the number of his name. All right. So that's your allegiance. All right. You being a part of this system, opposed to believing and trusting in Yahweh Shai. And we know, according to the scriptures, a grievous sore, a plague is going to come upon those that decide to partake in this monetary system. All right. And to be a part of this current society over trusting and believing in the omnipotent God, Yahweh Shai. You're going to be punished. All right. Whether you're, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or you're a heathen. All right. Revelation 16, real quick. All right, I have precepts, but we're flowing. Let's grab this. Revelation 16. So hey, the Wadi Yahweh Shai for that banter that was had yesterday, because it sparked that in me, man. I kind of got mad. We ain't no reason to get mad. We're mad because of oppression and the condition we're in. We're having to work these oppressive ass jobs, but the trust and the confidence of you everyday wicked ass demonic Americans is amazing that you think this weak ass piece of paper and this system is going to continue to thrive. What does scripture say that? Let's grab Psalms 49. All right. So the average everyday American and what they learned in school, they're confident in that shit. But when we're confident in faith and have trust in these words, we're looked at as crazy because there's no tangible physical evidence. When the very condition of you niggas, Latinos, this is evidence that it's a God, and this Bible is true. The curses, how we act upon the earth, how we're seen, is it's very much so evidence upon the earth that Yahweh Shema Shah is real. All right, Psalms 49, real quick, in verse, let me see, 11. Verse 10, it says, for he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool, and the brutish person perish, and leaveth their wealth to others. Right. So, right. You know, you have rich men have children. Their children are fucking drunkards. All right. They spend their good riotously and leave it, you know, the rich parent that work hard to get all the riches, they leave it to fools. And this is the case majority of the times dealing with the dollar. All right. And the riches that these people possess. All right. Nonetheless, Psalms 49:11, it says their inward thought is their mind, their trust, their belief, because Esau don't have faith. Everything, you know, their man, woman, and child. All right. They have theories, scientific beliefs that has been studied that they're confident in which ultimately that's what you trust and believe in, according to what's been proven. So that's what you believe in. That's what you trust. All right. Psalms 49:11 says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. America, which was got off greed, wickedness, thievery. All right. And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beast that perisheth. All right. This their way is their folly, yet their prosperity approve their sayings. Posterity. All right. Descendants of a person, all future generations of people. All right. Future generations of people, including all future descendants. All right. So how they're living, what's the status quo, what's the norm has been taking place, proves them in their mind, in their thought process, in their patterns, in the way they go about living and doing wickedness. You see? Psalms 49:14, like sheep, they are all laid in the grave. Death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning. Right. So the righteous, the faithful, those that are trusting in the Lord. All right. Despite we're living in this oppressive system and seeing it fall, eventually, Lord willing, I'm of that number, you that believe also, man, we're going to rule over them. We're going to have dominion over them under Yahweh Shah in the coming said prophecies that are to take place. All right. About the Lord ruling upon earth in righteousness with his 144,000 in the nation of Israel. All right. Beating the heathen with the rod of iron, them being subject to us and learning of our ways, which are conducive and beneficial to everything, to life. All right. Despite what we're living now. Right. Psalms 49:14, like sheep, they're all laid in the grave. Death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning. And their beauty shall consume in the grave from their dwelling. But the Most High Yahweh, Bashim Shah, will redeem my soul from the power of the grave, for he shall receive me. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him. Right. Let's go to Job, the 5th chapter. All right. Job chapter 5 and verse 8. I would seek unto the Most High, and unto the Most High Yahweh, Bashim Shah, would I commit my cause, which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth and sendeth waters upon the field, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. All right. And we're sighing and crying and mourning for the conditions that we're in and praying that these prophecies do take place. All right. And those that do so will be protected. Isaiah 65, the servants, those that depend and trust upon the word of the Lord and are obedient to it. Job chapter 5 and verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. You see, and the devise and the enterprise, all right, of the crafty is the New World Order, which includes this digital universal currency. You see, we're drawing all the pieces together through the Spirit. All right. In which this is the plan of the elite bankers, the ruling class of Amalek, Edom. All right, these other heathen nations. All right. So let's go back. All right. It says 2 modern parallels: technology and economy, a digital IDs and biometric systems. Governments and corporations are developing digital identification link to biometrics, face, finger, and iris scan, used for access to banking, healthcare, and travel. Projects include World ID, which we here to talk about this, going back all the way into 2020. EU Digital Identity Wallet, combining ID, driver's license, and bank access. India's Aadhaar system, fingerprint and iris ID for public services. All right, the relevance. These systems make it technically possible to restrict participation in commerce to those who meet certain digital criteria, echoing the no one can buy or sell. Central bank digital currencies are government-issued digital currencies controlled by central banks. All right. China's ECNY, digital euro, US digital dollar are testing or design phases. They can be programmable, meaning governments could, in theory, control how and where money is spent. This introduces the potential for centralized economic surveillance and control, consists with the beast system idea. So it all ties in and makes sense. All right. Though current implementations are still national and not global, we're saying, according to prophecy, it will be global, in which it is. That's our belief. That's our faith. And we know Yahweh Shema Shah is not a liar. He's going to make it happen. All right. And he controls the minds of the kings, the rulers. All right. So they're not up under their own will. They're not going to do what they want. OK. They're going to do exactly according to what the Lord wants them to do. All right. So his word can be fulfilled. All right. Cashless society trend. Contactless payments, QR codes, and mobile wallets are reducing cash use globally. In a full cashless economy, digital systems become the only way to transact. A cashless interconnected system could easily be weaponized to enforce compliance. All right, as described in Revelation. All right, it says biblically the mark is not only about technology, it's about worship and allegiance. All right. You know, so you got AI doing what it's doing. It's going to put that gray area. All right. And try to make you not have a stance. Well, we're here to tell you what it is according to prophecy. And it's black and white. If you do this, you're going to receive this. If you receive it, the mark, the image, and a part of the system, you're going to be judged. Let's grab Revelation 16 because I said I was going to get it. So let's grab it. Let me see if I already had it pulled up. Is this it? Revelation 16 in verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. The first vial of wrath, the first indignation. And the first angel poured out the wrath or his vial upon the earth. The wrath of Yahweh Shema Shah, his vial upon the earth, there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast upon them, which worship his image, which were a part of this system. The Lord is going to jack everybody up that trusted in this system and received that technology. So as you Americans are confident in this dollar, all right, you're going to be confident in this technology that's going to be presented. Also, yes, you're going to be hesitant about it. The government is going to have more control than it would if you had a dollar, but you're going to still be a part of it because this is all you know. All right. The elect is going to tap into a different bag spiritually and trust on Yahweh Shema Shah, the ones who feeds everything, gives the earth rain, feeds the birds. That's who the elect is going to trust in. And Yahweh Shema Shah is going to defend us, Lord willing. All right. That's our belief. All right. And everybody will have to stand what they believe in. All right. Revelation 16:2. All right. And our trial is coming. All right. This is why we go through what we go through. This is why we go through the lows. Shit is not readily available to us. We have to go without. All right. Because this big test is coming, but the Lord is going to aid his. All right. Revelation 16. And that was the point too. All right. So, hey, man, that was basically the lesson. Let me grab Job. Let me see. Did I finish that? Yep. Let's go to James chapter 5. James chapter 5 and verse 1. Go to now, ye rich man, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. So who's the true rich man? Well, not Elon Musk. Yes, he has substance. His face is put out there for you regular, everyday peons that are looking for somebody to praise and worship and give credence to. But we're talking about the ruling class. What is the ruling class? The old decrepit Edomites, the Amalekites, all right, that have hidden from who they are, all right, changed their last names, DuPonts, Rothschilds, Oppenheimers, the ones that are ruling from the shadows, all right, dealing with gold and silver, physical commodity, humans as slaves. We're talking about those people. Those are the true rich men, all right, in the sense of what they have and the resources, the substance, them being able to travel, having time, influence over the minds of the people, all right? Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. And it's a broad spectrum from them all the way down to the people that are having it their way on a low level. All right. It says your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. And ye shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped up treasure together for the last days. All right. Let's get this word cankered. All right. Your gold and silver is cankered. All right. Fungal disease. All right. It's decaying. All right. The value of it is declining. All right. To corrupt the spirit of, to become corrupted. Right. And the money is corrupted, and the means in which it was established, the means in which it's used. All right. And it's not backed by anything. It's just paper. All right. It don't mean shit. All right. It means something because the system is still standing and the system is falling. All right. And ultimately, it's going to lead to judgment and the change. The falling of this monetary dollar is going to lead to, to the presentation of another global world currency being presented, which is the MOTB according to prophecy. And that's going to fall. All right. But, hey, man, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right. Unto the elect. All praise, honor, glory goes into our God. His true name is Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles, elders, great millstone. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Until next lesson, Shalom.